everybody, it's Allie and Sierra.
Hello.
And today's another episode of Coffee with Allie. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how you can improve your images in post-processing. And these are basic tips. They can be done in Lightroom, they can be done in Photoshop. Sierra's going to be talking about
Model's perspective.
exactly. So our first tip, and this is something that I just think is really important, is clarity.
Yeah.
You're in Lightroom, you want to give the image a little sharpness. Don't crank that clarity up to the point that you're getting the sharp, like increased texture.
Right.
Even
Even if the character is like super gritty, especially if they're women. I have a tendency to do characters that are a little bit more fierce, a little bit more evil. Right. And for some reason, I do get a lot of images back from photographers whenever we're doing portfolio work that tends to be on, they like rank the clarity up. And I'm like, great, the whole image, on a whole, yeah, you rank that clarity up, it looks a little bit more edgier, but my face is completely destroyed. And I'm not going to share that on any of my social media. It's going to make me feel self-conscious.
you know, it's just not an attractive look. And on the opposite side, models have pores and they have dimension.
Yes.
Do not bring your clarity all the way down to what I like to call the fish face.
Or China doll.
Same thing. Everything is so soft, they may lose part of their nose. They don't have any like cheeks. They're just,
Right, their eye crease is completely gone.
yeah. You need to really think about these things. That you can use clarity. I'm not saying don't use clarity.
Right.
I'm saying clarity is strong and use it carefully.
Right. It's like a little bit goes a long way.
Yep. My next tip is don't overprocess the skin, which is very similar but different. So we're talking now just skin. So I like to process my skin in Photoshop, and I do use on occasion Topaz Skin Clean as a plug-in, and I don't apply it to the whole face. I apply it only to the skin area.
Oh,
I don't
I didn't
apply
know
it to
that.
their eyes. I don't apply it to their hair. I run it through, and then I take it off of the areas that I don't want it.
That's smart.
Yeah, and that way also I can apply less in some areas and more in others. But sometimes I just do I kind of like Sierra sometimes just uses concealer in someone's face. Sometimes when I just go into Photoshop, I just use a healing brush and go boop, 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 and just, that's it. I leave their skin pretty natural.
Right.
So here's an example. I'm in Photoshop and I've taken a simple layer and I'm just grabbing a healing brush and it's set for current layer and below, and I'm just spot healing the little spots on her face. And honestly, I normally would not take this one into Topaz Clarity. Topaz Clean, but for the sake of the video, what I then did was created a stamped layer and brought that into Topaz Clean. And then I use their Skin Even. So the first thing you do when you get in there is you put the little square so I can see her face really close in. And I'm showing you on the Skin Even, don't do that. That's too smooth. Bring it all the way back and then bring it forward a little and then go forward a little more than you think, but I want to see her freckles. And then when I bring it back into Photoshop, I'm going to add a mask, and then I'm going to invert that mask so that way nothing that I just showed is showing. And now I can take a white brush and I can go ahead and apply the skin smoothing. And the reason I go a little bit further is because some areas I'm going to do 100% and some areas I might only do 50%. And then when you're done, you have a fairly natural look and the skin is smoother. I would rather do that and have someone look human.
Yeah, I agree. Especially for makeup photos, if you're doing like any beauty kind of looks, majority of the time, especially in the beauty community, you want to be able to see pores. If you can't see pores, people judge that.
And if you're removing wrinkles, which is fine, I like to call it skin texture. If you're removing skin texture, don't take it all out.
Right.
I'm in my 50s. I don't want someone to try and make me look 20 because I'm still not going to look 20. But you know, when I do edit my own pictures, trust me, they're not all here. I just back it off a little bit.
Soften it.
Soften it. And that brings us to our next tip. Pick a good expression. When you're picking a good expression over things like perfectly sharp focus, gorgeous background bokeh. If your model's face doesn't look good, it's not a good picture.
Right. Which comes down to the culling of all the photos.
Exactly. Cull your images. Don't put them all out there. Culling is critical.
Right.
And so, to me, when I work with a model like Sierra or anyone, it's a collaboration. Yes, I'm the artist, but she's an artist too. My model is an artist also. My model has a vested interest in the final image.
Yeah. Especially because you're not paying me to be there.
Exactly.
We're working together. So I do like that whenever you do that, that you will send me, like, for example, maybe she's taken 30 photos and she'll send me 5 of her favorites of basically around the same image, but I have different expressions. And she'll say, which ones do you like? And I'll circle maybe 2 or 3 of the 5 and then send it back to her and say, I like these 3 the most. And that's kind of really nice because then I kind of get to say as well, oh, okay, well, you know, this is what I enjoy about these photos.
And what I sent her are ones that I liked.
Right.
So it's not like I'm losing. I'm not losing anything. I'm still editing the images I like.
Right.
But, and I just, by the way, I just take a screenshot in Lightroom. That's all. It's really very quick, and I just send it to her.
It's very nice.
Yeah. So the last tip is thinking about your cropping. A bad crop can destroy a good image, and a good crop can save a bad image.
Yeah.
For example, I cut off her ankle. So we're just going to take the crop, bring it up to the knees, make it more attractive, and save the image.
Yeah.
Who's your subject? So that's our tips. And if you think about these tips when you're editing, I think you're going to have a better collaboration with your model
Yes. And you'll get more feedback from your model too, I think.
because your model knows you care about how they look.
Right. And the majority of photographers that I work with that do those things, I feel like I have a better relationship with them. So
we're saying, watch the clarity, don't overprocess your skin. Make sure you cull your images well. Pick good expressions, which is the culling part, and really think about how you're going to crop that image. And that's it. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, give it a like,
subscribe.
and hit the bell. They said they fixed it.
We'll see.
I made her hit the bell on my channel today.
We'll see.
We'll see if it works. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Bye.